Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today, as always. You know, um, so the last couple, I don't know, how long has it been? Like the last couple months, the last couple readings, I've really only been focusing on the human design profile readings because I felt guided, to focus mainly on those. And so, that's what I've been doing. But I am feeling like avoidant, I guess, of my own life. And I'm like, I could, I was sitting here, I'm like, I could like, do some tarot readings. Because what better way to like avoid yourself than to like talk to your friends and like get nosy into like their business and like, like what's going on with you guys. Right. And I'm like, what? I want to do zodiac sign readings because I literally just put out, I think I finished on Saturday, maybe like I finished the human design readings. So I didn't want to like do another round of those like quite yet. So anyway, that's what we're doing. I hope you're all doing well. I hope your anxiety is staying at bay. Like mine is high as hell today, and it has been for a little while. It just, I'm not going to bore you with my problems. I'm here to like talk about you. So let me introduce the decks to you, and also like I'm so glad that this tarot deck was happy to do this reading because I just was also not really in the mood to to like go through a bunch of decks to figure out like which one wanted to do the reading, because over here consent is everything, and anytime I use a deck for a reading, I did get consent from it to do it. Like, and what that means is I'll shuffle the cards until a card comes out, and it's a yes or no card, and it's plainly yes or no. It's usually like the Eight of Swords or the Three of Swords or the Tower, or like something that's like kind of plainly I am not in the mood, the Five of Cups. And then of course, on the other end of things, it would be yes cards. And the card that came out for this deck, which is the Midnight Magic mushroom deck, was the Empress, which was so perfect. And I was just so glad. Like I was like standing over at my wall of tarot cards because, oh my God, girl, like I counted them. I have like 70 tarot. I just have to stop. I like have to stop buying tarot decks. Although like I just found this Kickstarter. Anyway, after that one, no more. So anyway, yeah, like I was standing there and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just don't feel like, because usually like the one that I have in my head is not usually the one that I'll end up using. I'll like grab a couple and shuffle and see who actually wants to do the reading. But this one caught my eye, and then I also bought it at the same time that I bought the Mushroom Spirit Oracle. So just goes together really well, and I'm so happy to be able to use these decks because I haven't yet. I've had them for a couple months. I actually used it for one of the 333 readings that I did, which was also like, it was so beautiful. Those readings have been so cool. And again, thank you to those who have trusted me with that. But yeah, and I even, like I said, in that person's written, thing, I was like, oh my God, I haven't even been able to use this for anybody yet. So I was glad that, I'm glad to be able to use it. My only thing of disappointment is that I don't think this Midnight Magic deck has any psychedelic mushrooms in it or any psilocybin mushrooms in it, which is honestly disappointing to me. Just because of like the healing qualities of psilocybin mushrooms. Like I've been using psilocybin mushrooms for the last year as a form of wellness. And I mean, truly, I think that incorporating them in my own, like healing journey has just amplified it. And I don't think I would be where I am today if not for mushrooms. Like I've had so many amazing breakthroughs and aha moments, and which sure it might have happened anyway, but however, the mushroom spirit oracle does have golden teachers in it, at least. So there's at least one. But anyway, not that, whatever, I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't expecting like the whole deck to be, specific to that, that wasn't an expectation, but I did honestly kind of expect for there to be some in there, but what are you going to do? They're beautiful cards either way. And I'm just mumbling now. So, let's get into, is there anything else I don't think so. Let's get into your readings. Great. So this is a reading for Virgo, wherever Virgo is for you. How are you guys doing? I know we just had that Virgo eclipse at the beginning of the month. I believe that there's going to be, is it a Pisces eclipse, like on the 20th or something? I don't know. I hope you guys are doing okay. I know like there's a ton of shit. Well, Mars, Mercury, retrograde in Pisces, the sun. So, that would be opposing whatever you have in Virgo. So yeah, hopefully you guys are doing okay. Let's get your oracle card out. Let's see. Where is the south node? 8 degrees. Bamboo mushroom, fertility. Love to see that. Something's growing. All right, what do we have for tarot for our Virgos? Ooh, we have the Sun, we have the Hierophant. Beautiful. What else for Virgo? Ten of Swords. And then the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Just make sure we can see everything. Adjust my seat. All right. Let's read what this fertility card is talking about. Okay. It is edible. Also known as veil the lady or long net stink horn. This amazing mushroom starts off from what looks like an underground egg. Once mature, the cap is covered in gleba, a solid mass of spores with a terrible smell, which classes this mushroom as a stinkhorn. The smell attracts flying insects that eat the gleba and get the spores stuck on them, which they then spread. What is truly remarkable is the veil will always just reach to the ground and go no further. It won't stop just before it. This net gives crawling insects on the forest floor an avenue to climb to the top to also help with dispersing the mushroom spores. It is a tropical stinkhorn, and once the gleba has been completely consumed, the veil will be short-lived. It is commonly found in China, growing at the bottom of bamboo, hence the name, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, if I would have kept reading. Hence, it is also known as bamboo fungus and used in many Chinese food dishes. It is said to assist with inflammation, fever, and heat conditions. As the Latin name Phallus indusiatus implies, the center of the bamboo mushroom looks phallic. This stinkhorn mushroom is good at what it does, and that is all about spreading its spores as widely as possible. This card represents having a thorough understanding of what is necessary to achieve what you need to grow and spread your seeds. Drawing this card suggests that if you set the scene right by understanding the relationships you rely on, everything will come to you effortlessly to ensure your survival and spread your seeds. When you rely on others, you must understand their needs as much as your own to make any mutual relationship work. What you offer must be enticing, and without having to do too much more, others will spread the word because you have laid the foundation right. Being in relationships with other people can help you achieve and grow in ways that you necessarily can't on your own. The net you scatter is not to catch people, it is to help them get to where they want to be. You can show them how to overcome their obstacles. In return, they help you overcome yours. Drawing the fertility card indicates that something is about to spread and grow through the help of others, and it may not be you who is helping someone else achieve their dream. And it may be you who is helping someone else achieve their dream, You have done the necessary work, and now you have to be patient to allow others to do theirs. I also, I feel like that's pretty Virgo coded, as well, because I believe, Virgo is also, the sign of service, or, acts of service. Right? Practicality, meticulousness, a desire to help others. Ruled by Mercury, which is in retrograde right now in Pisces, your the opposite sign to Virgo. Virgos are analytical, detail-oriented, and excellent problem solvers who thrive on organization and structure. They're hardworking, loyal, and kind, yet often perfectionistic, prone to worry and self-critical. Yeah, all those things. I am a Virgo moon myself, which is my chart ruler. I'm a Cancer rising. So yeah, all that makes sense for me. But I love that whatever it is that I guess is either going on with you, will be going on, or if you're seeking some sort of transition or change, the vibe, the energy around you, the happenings, just even your daily routines, because 6th house is ruled by Virgo as well, just routines, daily life, health, the body, whatever. It's almost like coming up with or approaching it from a way of supporting other people. And I guess my hesitation in saying that is you don't want to, I don't know, it's almost, it's like, through helping other people, obviously, it does fill your own cup, right? It fills a purpose for you as well. But it's also I don't know, I guess the feeling that I keep getting in my body, the anxiety that keeps kind of showing up in my body, which is why I'm kind of stuttering and hesitating, is not using that as a form of distraction from your emotions. And I don't necessarily think that's what's happening here. And especially because we have the Ace of Cups out here, I think it's almost going to, it takes the focus off of you. which is exactly even why I'm even like, if you listen to the intro, I'm pretty sure obviously I did that intro like days ago. I can't remember exactly like what I said, but I do remember that the reason why I started doing, that I sat down here and started doing zodiac readings was that I was trying to avoid myself. Like I was trying to avoid my own anxiety and panic. And I'm like, what better way to do that than to literally like talk to you guys, right? But also we're pulling cards. I'm getting, I get to kind of see like what's going on with you, and I get to talk about you instead of like being wrapped up or swept away by like my own shit. And especially too because it's one of those things of like there's no immediate change that I see anyway that I can do. So I've done what I can. There are things that are unfolding as well. And in the 3D, like where we are, that's all we can do. We have to just wait for them to kind of manifest, right? I mean, being an earth sign, a fellow earth sign as well, right? Virgos, however Virgo is for you, whether it's your first house if you're a Virgo rising, or moon like me, or whatever, sun, but I mean we have the sun out here, which is it's everything good. It's joy, it's bliss, it's feeling rejuvenated, it's feeling excited about something. I was even like, as I was reading about this bamboo mushroom, I was even thinking about how like this one fireball in the in the solar system has the capacity to literally light up the whole side of the planet that's facing it, right? Like daytime. And as long as there isn't something obstructing it that's like causing a shadow, or like causing it to I guess like that would be causing a shadow. It just does, so anyway, I don't know, like I was like thinking about that too when I was reading about like spreading the seeds. And I mean, literally, if our planet didn't rotate in the way that it did and at the rate that it does, like we wouldn't even exist here. So it's just it's like something about like the workings of multiple things coming together to create perfect conditions type of thing. And I do think that that's even like what's happening here, is that again, if you feel stagnant, if you feel anxious, if you feel fearful, doubtful, I'm pointing at this 10 of Swords here, even though 10s are completion, so there is some sort of completion here, but this is like the straw that breaks the camel's back type of thing. This is like, it's kind of deciding well, a couple things. It's making a decision to take action, recognizing that you have more control, more options, and maybe you think you do, because swords are our mind and our mindset. It's also this situation. The Sun and the Hierophant could put your mind at ease. Like if you have been in a mind prison, just really struggling, with just intrusive thoughts, depression, again, anxiety. And the Hierophant, well, the Sun is Leo. The Hierophant is Taurus. And the Hierophant is about traditional institutions. And, the thing about traditional institutions is that there is generally community there. it's kind of built in, like it really is like built in. When we think traditional institutions, we think jobs, higher education, religion, even astrology, of course, too. It could be any type of it doesn't necessarily have to just be higher education. It could be any type of education, certificates, but what it basically is, though, is that there is already a system that exists, and there is a framework, there's a structure there, such as, again, religion, right? That's something that has been taught and passed down and, interpreted for thousands of years. We think, traditional type of work. There's, again, like already a business established. There's already procedures, practices, positions involved already. And when you get hired by one of those places, there's usually some level of training, right? But there's somebody who already has the expertise, and they're sharing that with you. They're passing it along to you. Again, astrology communities, like learning, there's courses on that, or just, getting involved in online communities or local ones, if they exist. And I have been searching for local astrology groups for years, because I would love to learn from a person, but anyway, marriage is an institution, right? Because there's tradition around marriage. But you get my point, right? So, and, with the Hierophant, it's usually depicted as the Pope, and then there are two, pupils kneeling in front of them. So for me, with the Hierophant, there's a high level of discernment as well. And also, you can be any of the people in the card, right? You could be the Pope, quote unquote. You could be the person that is training or mentoring or, sharing something that in an area that you have expertise in. You could be the person who is on the receiving end of that information and those teachings as well. Again, it could be a different job. I just heard promotion also, when I said that. So it could be changing your position. And really, even with the sun here, highlighting your skills, your expertise. This would really be talking yourself up. And literally the only thing that would hold you back is your own mind. But you only have to do that for 30 minutes for an interview, right? And then once you get the job, you're in it. It's you don't have to necessarily continue to talk yourself up. Now it's once you're in the position, then you just show what you can do. You just work, right? You put those skills, those expertise to use, right? It's not you don't have to necessarily prove yourself, because no, we're not doing that in 2026. And you don't have to prove yourself, because you already know. And quite frankly, nobody is born with any type of experience at all, right? Sure, maybe we come into life with, past life, experiences, and part of evolution astrology is that, your South Node is part of what you experienced or what you mastered in your prior life. And, Your north node is like what you are here to master in this life. But it's not like we have like a conscious awareness that, oh, I did this in a past life, you know? So anyway, my point is though, like you can learn anything. You can use your skill. Like we're never starting from scratch, right? Like, and if there's anybody that's going to figure something out, it's a Virgo. So, any contrary belief to that is some shit that like that your brain made up. And it's not even like your brain made it up. There is some point in your life where that story was fed to you, and it's just continuously, you know, like cycled through your life, you know, like thus far, right? It's not that it's true. It's just that it, again, you know, I mean, it's something that at some point though, I mean, you did believe to be true because of, you know, whatever circumstances, the limited information that we had when we were kids. I mean, I know for me, like there's been, stories and, you know, self-doubt and limiting beliefs and shit like that, that I've been, what is the word? Well, living from or reacting from or whatever, like that I came up with when I was 7. You know, like they say we don't even really start to have memories until we're 3. I mean, like we have to have vocabulary before we can have memories, right? Because I mean, we have to be able to put words to experiences, right? Like that's how it becomes memory. And so that's, you know, 3 or 4. And like for me, you know, like deciding on a truth about myself when I was fucking 7, and I had 4 years, barely, kinda, you know, it's not like I have a ton of memories from when I was 3. I have like a memory, maybe 2 from the time that I was 3, you know, but very, very limited information. And then like that story is just, it's just been there like the rest of my life, right? Until this last year when I did EMDR and discovered what that was. And now I'm like, okay, now I'm 42 and I have 35, is that right? 35 years of experience with myself, with my life, with life in general, you know, like I get to decide if that story is true or not. And also, I can understand why I came up with that story, you know? So anyway, I want to read about this golden oyster mushroom. It says, a beautiful warm weather mushroom that smells of watermelons and tastes like cashews. Golden oyster, that almost like sounds like Florida to me. I don't know, like, do watermelons grow in Florida? I thought that there was a guy on TikTok. Okay. I thought there was a dude on TikTok, like a super muscular dude. Okay, China. Ugh. Florida. Okay. Dang. In the United States, production is concentrated in southern states with favorable climates led by Florida, followed by Georgia, Texas, and California. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Like I thought that there was like this buff dude on TikTok that like goes around, like there's these fields of watermelons, like different varieties of watermelon. I honestly had no idea there was any other variety except for the red and green one. And he'll like cut the watermelon open and like show you what it looks like. And anyway, like it just made me think about that. Warm weather and watermelons. And taste like cashews. Golden oyster mushrooms are like sunshine growing from decaying hardwood. Similarly, the Sun card outshines and offsets any other negative cards in your divination spread. Radiate your true, beautiful solar self with enthusiastic positivity, and positivity will shine brilliantly back to you. Upright, success, joy, truth, happiness, light. If you feel like you are stuck in shadows, the Sun card is here to provide light and restored happiness. Be true to yourself. Experience this impartial elemental joy with youthful vigor and just play. If there's an opportunity ahead of you, grab it with gusto. And also, too, like I meant to say this before, but with the Hierophant here, it doesn't necessarily just have to be your job. I mean, this could be just getting involved in communities or groups that that you are passionate about, or that you have an interest even in. I mean, it could be a crafting group. It could be just like a monthly women's group, or a weekly meetup of, some type of a book club. Some sort of like gaming, thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like all these different ideas. Like, I go to this one meetup, like it's a women's group once a month, and it's through the Colorado Springs psychedelic church. And I usually go to like their full moon gatherings as well. But it's like something that gets you out, gets you around other people. Of course, one of the important things is just, it's something that you have an interest in. Or even, maybe even creating it. It could even be something that you just like hear in passing. Cause then I got the picture in my head about, like seeds being spread, and even, light being spread. Like, it could just be something that, again, it kind of, you just hear about it through like passing, or if there's something that you do end up hearing through passing, and it just kind of perks your ears up a little bit. I mean, check it out, The Hierophant turkey tail. Turkey tail is a common and traditionally medicinal mushroom. Records indicate that this incredible mushroom was used to treat illness as far back as the Han Dynasty in 200 BC. It grows on decaying logs in clusters of uniform-looking crowns with velvet, browns, golds, coppers, and sometimes blues. The Hierophant card represents traditional values, and the turkey tail mushroom can offer traditional health benefits that, like immune support. Did the Sun mention immune support? No. I don't know why I feel like we heard that word recently. I don't know. Maybe it was a bamboo. I don't know. Upright, unity, education, conformity, tradition. Learn from and respect traditions to help you craft and achieve your goals. Heed the practical wisdom you can get from education. Explore your religious or spiritual genealogy and integrate that knowledge into your plans. Knowledge is power, and use it responsibly. Maybe it is like a spiritual type of group too, The Ten of Swords. Interesting, it's a stinkhorn as well. Anemone stinkhorn. The Ten of Swords announces that what seems like a chaotic explosion might only be a natural transitional event. The reproductive phase of the anemone stinkhorn looks and smells like a struggle has ended violently, but there's poignant peace within the dramatic scene. An arrangement is ending painfully, maybe even inevitably, but there will be Rest following this trial. Appreciate the lessons you have learned from this hard time instead of focusing on the crisis itself. I mean, I really do think that, like, whatever is happening with the sun and the Hierophant, like, however that ends up manifesting for you, it is something that it'll get your brain to shut up. Like, and I'm saying that because this card is out here. So, just some sort of like cycle of thinking. Again, just even like social anxiety could be a thing as well. And if that is the thing that is like holding you back, I mean, most places, I mean, I would say, and maybe it's the places that I have, I don't know. I mean, I feel like most places are aware of people having like social anxiety, and it's not like they just kind of like throw you into the fire right away, unless you kind of like ask to be, but I mean, like, it's totally fine to like show up as an observer and not necessarily be like committal, but just be like, I'm just here to check it out. Like, I'm just kind of here to see how it feels, see what happens. See if I can learn something, see if I can be of service, like in some kind of capacity. And like I said, on the other side of it is the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings on the horizon, bursting with positive energy. Benevolent emotions are swelling within. This moment is fertile and abundant with creative energy. I mean, literally, like on flanking this reading, we have like 2 cards of fertility, which is growth, opportunity, abundance, an important emotional journey that has dramatically arrived. Similarly, fluted birds, nest fungi overflow with egg sacs that are catapulted from their nests when a drop of water ejects them with reckless abandon into the unknown. I love that you can like see it on the yeah. And especially, like the Ace of Cups on like the Sun card. It's like, I mean, your cup being full again, it's being excited, it's feeling good. It's even having something to like look forward to, but like you just feel it in your body. Like the Page of Wands on top of the Hierophant, this is curiosity and adventure. And like I was saying, it's not like having to commit to any one thing like right away. It's and as a Virgo moon, or just maybe earth heavy, like I do kind of have this like black and white, like all or nothing. If I do something, then I have to continue to do it, or like I have to continue, to engage with it or something, which prevents me from doing a lot of shit because I'm like, I don't know if I want to, like, So, pages for me, they don't attach themselves to any one thing. It really is about curiosity and experimenting and play, especially, of course, with wands. It is about play. It's about, like seeing what kind of thing like lights you up. What kind of thing gives you energy that makes you excited? It is allowing yourself to be curious and also like, again, not attaching an outcome to anything, just allowing the outcome to be that I tried it. Like, and that is success in and of itself. The Six of Swords on top of the Ten of Swords, I absolutely love this because this is literally allowing yourself to move past a way of thinking, to move beyond a way of thinking. Literally, the Six of Swords is moving from agitation or again, anxiety, like on the traditional Six of Swords card, they're moving from choppy waters to peaceful waters. So this is like so effing perfect because it's like I said, actually, this process is going to improve your mindset. Because sometimes too, and a lot of the times actually, the reason why like we're in the Ten of Swords energy is because we're not engaging with, something even our intuition is telling us, or just we don't have like a creative outlet or something to like sink our teeth in, like our proverbial or metaphorical or whatever teeth into, I know that for me, I had that aha moment in January, actually. Oh my God, I was like spiraling with anxiety and just could not, just could not like get myself out of it. And I had this thought one day. I was like, man, I really should be using this time to outline this book idea that I have. And it's something that's been like swirling around in my mind for like a year or more. And I shit you not, like as soon as I shifted my mindset from that, like night and day, like night and day, my anxiety was completely gone. Of course, like I still had, like those things that, whatever was like going through my mind, but I had something to focus on, and it was creative. And again, is something that I could chew on. And it also too, like, when we are in that frame of mind, it is like nearly impossible to actually even hear what we are, so like especially our intuition, for because our intuition is not going to fight for space, right? Like it's not going to get loud. It might express its way loudly as like physical symptoms. But I saw this like quote the other day that was like, your intuition already told you, the rest is negotiating with fear, which is like the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Like it's actually a lot of the swords. But right, like I mean, your intuition is just it's there, but like it's not going to be as loud as fear and anxiety and worry and all that stuff. So anyway, just like, just using that as an example, that it's like, shifting your focus, shifting your energy, getting involved in something that you believe in really like helps to shift your mindset. And it might even show you like areas of your life where there's like some sort of lack. And maybe that's something that you don't necessarily want to look at head on, but the process, it just almost like it helps you realize it without it being dramatic, type of thing. Even where you're sleeping on yourself, the 10 of Cups then too, like I really think that like this whole process, like it really is going to get you to a point of satisfaction. And this is also, the 10 of Cups is also a card of community and being, surrounded by people who love you and you love them, and everybody feels fulfilled and everybody feels purposeful. And it really is, though, like getting past the 10 of Swords and just, one step at a time. I think you're ready for it too. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.